Hi guys, welcome to another episode of teamnoc. Today we have a very special guest, Wengie from Australia.
Hey guys, what's up?
We have been friends for quite some time. I think I was your friend before you grew up.
Yeah, I came here and he took me to eat. It was so good. It was a beach road prawn mee.
Yes, correct.
I remember.
Yeah, so we are here today to talk about stress, mental health in our job as content creators. In front of us, there's two deck of cards. We will ask each other questions and let you see and understand more about what we do.
It's a tough job, guys. Let's get into it.
Let's start. Tell me about the first time you first realized how mentally damaging your work could be for you. Oh my god.
Well, we're getting deep real quick.
Yeah.
This is quick. It is pretty tough being in the position that we're being. I think the first time I realized how damaging it was realizing how everyone has an opinion about you. That's probably the first thing I realized and the toughest thing as well, because it's easy being popular, it's easy when people say great things about you, but on the flip side, if there's people loving you, there's also people hating you. So it's just like being able to navigate through all everyone's opinions about you and being able to stand firm in what you believe in no matter what people say about you, because it's very easy to get convinced or have what you believe in yourself be moved really quickly by someone else's opinion, especially if you're feeling like there's hundreds and hundreds of that same opinion. It's very easy to lose yourself. It's very easy to lose your own values and what you believe in. So that was really tough, because in real life, like, you would agree, no one's that mean to you in real life.
Yes. And they usually don't dare to come up to you and tell you face to face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like to have that like so direct, like I've never experienced it before in real life.
Yes.
And online, it's just like, wow, it's just like being punched in the face.
Correct.
You know?
It's really quite toxic, and when they assume things about you that is not true and then make it sound like it's so true, it's just very demeaning. And the moment you even try to defend yourself, other people will start thinking like, oh, why are you so defensive? Oh, you shouldn't do this. You are way bigger than that. But we are humans too. There's emotions, right?
And that point you said about like how they want to say it's real.
Yeah.
Even my Wikipedia page is wrong. I have a sentence in my Wikipedia page that says I have a sister. And I'm like, when was that? Yeah. My whole life I don't remember having a sister, but they seem so convinced I do.
Yes. On like the Wikipedia page, they also say like I have a net worth of $20 million, but
Ooh.
I wish that was true.
Okay, so where's my big gift?
No,
Wait.
you don't have that. Another thing that is very mentally damaging is also our work-life balance. There is none. We are like 24 hours working, and people expect us to be on our best at all times. Yeah, so
people like, oh, you have so much freedom.
Yeah.
You know, you get to work whenever you want. Yeah, whenever means all the time.
yes,
Like
correct.
every 24 hours a day.
Yes.
What was your most destructive way of coping with stress? Most destructive.
Wow.
Not the nicest way. What's the worst thing you did?
I smoke a lot when I'm faced with a lot of stress, like really a lot. And yeah, recently I've been trying to stop, so I kind of stopped smoking cigarettes for quite some time. Yeah, trying.
Very
Keyword is trying. Yeah, I do know some of my other creator friends, they drink a lot. Some just cry. So
Oh yeah, crying always feels
crying. Yeah, I do that sometimes also. What about you? What do you do?
good. Well, I played a lot of LOL.
Oh, game.
Yeah, I
gaming,
like to
okay.
escape into another
Right.
world with games. So I remember the time when I felt the most stressed, maybe early on in my career. I just quit my job to do YouTube full time.
Oh.
And it was just the reality of it was
Yes.
really tough, because
Yeah.
you know how your parents always like stable income.
Correct.
And I did my education,
Yes.
so I quit everything to do YouTube, and it was very stressful because I wasn't even making rent. So I just disappeared into LOL games. Like,
Right.
8 hours a day. Yeah,
Yeah.
just an escape.
Right.
And it got pretty bad. I was like playing from like 9 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Do you get good?
Silver 4.
Okay.
Is that okay? All that time for Silver 4. I don't know. I feel like if I play games a lot, I just ignore everything in my life.
Right.
And it's just destructive to just my overall health. And
Right.
I didn't sleep. I didn't go out. I didn't do anything,
Right.
basically.
Oh damn! This is really heavy. What was your darkest moment ever while working in the industry? Wow. Obviously, I think 3 years ago when I find out that yes, my marriage is going to shits, it was obviously very daunting, because as a public figure, you're not sure how you ever gonna break out that news. It's a very big news, at least to me, and it makes it hard for me to visualize how am I going to move on with life while keeping that part of my life private. Imagine if I go out to date somebody and keeping my divorce a private thing, then people will start to say, hey, why are you cheating on your wife and everything? So that whole overthinking, it just crumbled me in that 3 years of how I need to solve the issue, because I need people to know that our marriage is over, but I also want my privacy. So I can't seem to find the balance. And in the end, we did a very public video about it, and it was like covered on radio, on online articles, and everybody start giving their speculation about what. And I felt like helpless because I can't do anything about it. And before I released the video last year December, I was in a very suicidal phase. I actually attempt to kill myself 3 times on the eve of Christmas Day. So that was really one of my darkest moments. Yeah.
I did watch your video and I loved how authentic it was, and it takes so much strength to do that.
It's not easy,
I'm
man.
proud of you. I'm so proud of
Thank you.
Please don't kill yourself.
I won't
We
never.
love you here.
I'm better now.
We need you.
I'm better now.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
A lot better now.
And I would love to hear, like, what made you kind of stop yourself?
I don't know. I feel like the only way people is going to know how I feel is if I open up. And if I don't open up, they will have all these kind of assumptions, and they just adding to the problem. In fact, after the divorce video, I actually felt that the public actually respected me a little more. I was out eating one day, and there was this very excited husband who wanted to take photos with me, and the wife was like, he already said he wants his privacy, don't bother him. So they actually just walked away and they just give me a nod. So I kind of appreciated that, yeah. But what is your darkest moment? You have not told us about your darkest moment.
I can't compare to this, but I feel like my darkest time was also my lightest time. So there was a period of time where I was doing really, really well. My channel was doing well, I was hitting so many goals, my music was doing well, and that was always been my dream. I'd gotten so many awards, but I think you realize after all that, like, my whole life I was chasing achievement.
Right.
Because I was told that's what you needed to be happy. That's what you needed to feel worthy. But my darkest time was when I got all that, I still didn't feel any different. By the time I realized, like, all the achievements were not giving me the happiness that I wanted, I also realized I didn't know what I wanted.
Right. Yeah.
So that both hit me at the same time. I was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't even know
like,
what I
want. Where do we go from now? Where?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we already got all this. Okay, but what's next? Like,
and it's such a first world problem to have, and it was really hard to talk to anyone because everyone thinks your life is perfect and everyone thinks everything is going well. It makes it even harder to talk to anyone without sounding like arrogant or, you know, like you don't appreciate anything that you're getting. So like that was really tough because I felt alone.
Correct.
And I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone, and it's not a problem a lot of people understand. So if you see people very successful and things like that, they have their own issues too. And it's harder to even talk about them because I feel bad even talking about them. I'm very grateful for everything that I've received, but it's just a tough thing to think about. Tell me the most difficult pill to swallow about coping with your mental health.
Being public figures, seeking help is really difficult because you might be kind of wary about what you say and how it might misconstrue or become gossips and rumors that this came from your mouth. So I was very reluctant to even share with anybody in my industry, and even in my company, my closest friends, because all my friends and all my community is in the same industry, then all the more I am not comfortable to share how I feel about a lot of things. And coping it up, it was just like I had to do it. So that came to a breaking point that snapped me into a suicidal phase. So I think the toughest pill to swallow is that I really can't talk about it.
I totally agree. I think finding someone you trust is very hard.
Really hard.
Because, you know, your person is so tied to your work. I think the most difficult pill for me to swallow about my mental health is that I'm responsible for it. Like, no matter how many people I share with or who I talk to, at the end of the day, it's up to me to really, really take those steps and help fix myself. It's about taking responsibility. I think that is the hardest thing, because with everything else in life, you just want someone to solve it. You just want to be like, please fix it for me. Like,
I pay you, you fix this. But this particular matter, you can't.
So there's no easy way to go about it. That's the most difficult pill to swallow.
What was the most helpful thing someone told you when you were struggling?
For me, honestly, it's just, there wasn't anything specific. but just people around me just saying, look, I believe in you. You're great, you're amazing. Like just reminding me,
Right.
you know,
Assuring you.
Yeah, just the support and like I'm here
Right.
for you, and just stuff like if you need me to come over and do something, like I'm there. Just those little things like add up to so much.
Right. For me, it was a friend told me to live in the moment and stop worrying about the future. So I was constantly worried like, oh, are we going to have enough videos next week? Or the views are going down? Or, oh shit, our income is not doing so well this year. Or COVID is happening. And I'm just constantly worried about plans and future and everything. So my friend told me that 5 years ago, you wanted to be here where you are today. And you are here. So why are you still not happy? And then I was thinking about it when she told me that you have to live in the moment. Like when happiness comes, you don't have to be afraid that sadness is just around the corner. Just live in the moment, own your happiness right then and there. There was a point of time that I was guilty of being happy. Like if I'm happy at the moment, I was like, oh no, sadness is just creeping around the corner. I can't be too happy. Someone out there will punish me. So I had this very toxic mentality. But yeah, my friend kind of changed my perspective in that.
I totally understand. It's like this anxiety that like this is not gonna last forever. Something's gonna happen, you
but
know.
it's
like,
never meant to last forever.
Yeah, no, it's
life
not.
is never just happiness all the way or sadness all the way. It's just ups and downs. So when it's up, we have to own it. We have to live on it.
We have to celebrate.
Yeah, we have to celebrate, right? So when the sadness comes, you know that there's something else to look forward to.
And that's something I'm trying to work on more as well, is celebrating your wins, because I'm that type of person that like I remember when I get achievements, like say for my music, my song did really well on Billboard, and we got a placement, and that's like probably a dream that I would have always had for music. But like I was just like, you know, cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what do I have to work on next? What's the next thing I need to do?
You're
I'm
always
like,
looking for the next thing, and that's why it's taxing. It's really taxing.
It's really taxing over time. My mentality was very toxic.
Yeah,
it's just like
it is. We deserve our celebration. We deserve to be happy whenever a milestone is met. And if we keep looking for the next thing, it never ends. And
it does.
Yeah,
it
never ends.
Oh, what is the healthiest way you've learned to cope with stress from work?
Oh,
this is a good, happy.
It's a good. It's finally lighter. Actually, I found exercise a very good way. Back then, at the lowest point of my life, I read online. Somebody say that despite feeling like shit, just try to go out there and do some exercise. I guarantee you to feel better. And I really felt that, nah, that's not going to work because I don't even feel like going out. And then I tried, and during that period of time, I actually lost 17 kg. And it's a healthy loss. So from 87 kg, I dropped to 70 kg. And it was through good diet, eating clean, exercise, and my mood lifted up. And I felt more energetic when I do things, right? I strongly recommend exercise. Though I kind of stopped now, I still try to maintain the clean eating.
Yeah, I think what you said was really true. I think your physical health has so much to do with your mental health. I think it's so connected that you can't really like disconnect them.
You can't.
Me too. The healthiest way I've learned to cope from stress is, well, not healthy is eating. I feel like when I eat, I'm like very relaxed, and I love to go to like comfort food.
Right.
For de-stressing.
Right.
But I think the happiest time in my life was when I did a lot of exercise. I used to dance a lot, and that always lifted my mood up.
Right.
Because it's the music, it's the beat, it's the dancing, and you learn as well at the same time when you go to dance class. So you're engaging every part of yourself. So I think that's a really healthy way. Just find an active hobby that you love. You know,
I think this is a very important aspect, and a lot of people underestimate this and actually prioritize everything else over this. Give us one tip for how we can cope with heavy mental stress. Sleep.
Get your sleep.
Sleep is important.
Get your 8 hours or whatever you need.
Talking to someone is good. So sometimes I actually do this. So I put up Q&As in my Instagram, and I talk to my fans when I start seeing like some of them really have tragic story, and they are much more helpless than me. It doesn't necessarily make me feel better, but it makes me appreciate where I am a lot better, so that I feel like honestly things are really not that bad. I was much worse like 5 years back, 10 years back, it was much worse. So I start to appreciate little things. I start to be very aware whatever I have, and it kind of make me feel like, okay, everything is worth it. Everything is good. Yeah, so that's one way.
That's a good tip. I think I need to do that a lot more. Thank you for reminding me. We all need to be reminded. Please get like a gratitude buddy to remind you about like great things in your life. And I also read, when I read my depression book, one thing that they mentioned I thought was very interesting, getting out there and helping someone.
Right, actually helping someone,
to get over it.
Helping someone actually feels good, to see that I kind of impact their life in small ways like this. I feel like, hey, at least I'm doing something good. So that kind of make me feel like good. And
it gets you out of your head. You know, gets you out of your situation, and you can think about someone else, which is really, really helpful.
Okay, it seems like we are down to the last part.
We only have one choice now. What is the one thing that reminds you of why you stay in this industry? Growing up, I relied very much on content to inspire me and to motivate me to do things. Like whenever I'm down and I need a problem, I'll go look for a quote, or I'll go watch an uplifting video, or you know, I feel like content has always been like my friend. It's just a really easy way to either relate to an emotion or get something out of your chest. Because I always had trouble, surprisingly or not, expressing myself. But I can easily express myself through content. But if you met me in real life, I'm very shy. I don't really, I don't know how to say things.
I'm also shy, so it's a little bit.
But I found like such a great space with content or writing or photography to really share my feelings, and music as well. And then hearing the other end of people going, you know, your videos inspire me, or uplifted me, or like, you know, saved me from a really hard time. Like that's what content did for me, and that's why I love it. And I'm making content and doing that for them. I feel like it's just like passing on something that I've been given, you know, and it's like a gift. So I think that's what makes me keep wanting to be in this industry. Even if I'm sick of all the other issues of this industry and, you know, feel burnt out.
This thing will keep you going.
Give me like a 3 weeks and I'll like feel this urge to make content and share it with people again to hopefully inspire them to do something.
I think like with every other job, there is no one perfect job that you will like all aspects of it. The one thing that I really do like in this industry is the fact that I can create things, right? Cinematography, editing, those is two of my biggest hobbies. Like I do that even when I'm bored and I have nothing to do. I don't play games, I actually read about films and study more techniques.
I think that's the most important thing, because there's so many ups and downs in this industry. You have to like love it as well. Like for me, like when people ask me, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, give me some tips. And I'm just like, do something you love. Do something that if 3 people watch it, you'd still want to get up in the morning and do it, because chances are probably 3 people will watch it at one point in time, you know? This is a mental health discussion, so we are focusing highly on what isn't great, because we don't get a lot of chance to share about the negative side. There's so many chances to share about the positive side. But of course, there's so many great things about being here.
There is. But I do feel like a lot of people wanting to be an influencer, being a content creator, only sees the good side. There's so many sides that you guys don't see, don't feel, and I'm afraid that a lot of people jump into this for the wrong reasons, and they will end up very badly hurt. They don't know how to cope, and they just can't manage the expectation that it's not all about the glitz and glamour. So I feel this is something very important to know what we have spoken today, to kind of know that what you are coming into. If you decide to be an influencer and content creator, it's really not all sugar and rainbows.
So if you guys want to be an influencer, one of the things you can work on right now is how to deal with your stress and your mental health.
You need to be able to be best friends with yourself first. I think that's one important. I used to hate myself until my ex-wife, surprisingly, is the one who tell me that you have to be best friends with yourself. That the only opinion that matters is your own opinion about yourself. And that really helped me a lot, surprisingly for my ex-wife. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Wengie, for coming to our show.
Oh, thanks for having me. Guys, and this video was created in collaboration with YouTube Singapore in order to provide resources for mental health for you guys. In the description, there's a ton of resources, a number to call. Remember, if you're having any trouble, speak to someone.
Speak to someone.
It is the most important thing. Doesn't have to be anyone you know in real life. It could be in the comment section.
Like me, I speak in like Q&A with my fans.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who you turn to, but it's really good to share your troubles. There's always someone everyone out there to help. We're here to help. I hope what we shared today is really
helpful,
useful for
yes.
you. There's a whole playlist with creators that have made similar videos on mental health, so don't forget to check that out as well.
Last but not least, don't forget to follow all our socials and click here for more and click here to subscribe.